All right, guys. I thought I'd just talk a bit about the news that is going around that Sony is sort of ceasing physical discs production for PlayStation in 2028. This is a CBS News article. Sony to stop making physical discs for PlayStation starting in 2028. Sony is discontinuing physical discs for its PlayStation video game consoles and going fully digital starting in January 2028, the consumer electronics company said on Wednesday. After physical disc production ends, new games will be available exclusively in digital format from the PlayStation Store and an online shop for PlayStation games and at retailers. The change will not affect games that have already been released on disc or those that will be released before January 2028. Polygon. So is the same article on Polygon. Sony is killing physical PlayStation game discs for good. Grim announcement ensures that PlayStation 6 will be digital only. Sony Interactive Entertainment announced Wednesday. Oh, sorry, I have a fan. I hope you're having a great day. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that like button if you like this. If you like these kind of videos. So thank you very much. I've got a fan on as well. Just it's very warm in here. Like just for a little bit of cooling. Sony Interactive Entertainment announced Wednesday that it will stop making physical game discs for PlayStation as consumer preferences and the broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical discs to digital. Sony says it plans to discontinue manufacturing physical discs for PlayStation games in January 2028. Yeah, Forbes, same thing with Forbes. Sony ditches games on physical discs by January 28. I just think it's sort of grim news. I think it's grim news. I personally think it's a mistake that they could potentially lose money through this. I'll give my reasons. I think it's obviously I'm not an expert, but um, and this is really driven by Grand Theft Auto. 6 physical copies won't include a disc. Will just be a code in a box, which is a real shame. Really shame. There's no way to put it better than that. I think it's shocking. Grand Theft Auto 6 is a huge game, and people are going to just buy it. People are going to buy it. It's an exception. It's an outlier. It's just a real shame that they don't print the disc for the game. That's a real shame. I think. That's a real shame, and that's driving the industry. I just think because it's Sony is to where should I put that PlayStation disc? The shift to where is it? As of FY 2025 Q4, 85% of PlayStation game sales are digital, with physical copies accounting for only 15%, signaling a major industry shift toward digital distribution. Current sales trends. Sony's latest financial data shows that digital game sales dominates the PlayStation ecosystem, with 85% of full game sales on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 being digital. Yeah, and a yearly average of 78% digital sales up from 76% in 2024 and just 19% a decade ago. Physical copies now represent a shrinking minority, primarily purchased for collector editions, resale, or tangible ownership. That's my thing. My thing is that though physical is lesser than digital, you still have this group of people that are buying the games. Like myself, I do tend to buy the physical version of the games. And here are some of them that I have here. I don't want to. Yeah, so I like the box. I like the box art. Obviously I've pre-ordered Grand Theft Auto 6 but I am really sad that it's digital only. Digital only. I just I think it's a real shame. Rockstar, shame on them. They should have printed a disc as well, or given an option for a disc. Because there are still people that buy the disc. They want the physical edition, and I just think they're hoping that by going all digital, the people that are buying the physical copies will translate to the digital people, and they will get more digital people. But that might not necessarily happen. So like they're taking away the incentive for the people to buy the physical games, which I think is a mistake. I think ultimately you lose money. You need to be able to sell people different things, and the shops to create the or like the Game Stops and stuff, because they can sell other merchandise. I just think it's an avenue for income. It's another avenue for income that they're potentially taking away. Which I think is a mistake. Like the PlayStation 6, I think should have a disc drive. Here's some more games that I have. I like I like the box art. I like having the physical the physical edition of the game. I like having the physical edition of the game. You know. Um. So I just think it's a bit disappointing. A bit disappointing. I hope that maybe they will still do physical runs, but it just seems I just don't understand why you would announce that. It seems very anti-consumer. What why would you? It's like they announce it so we can all brace ourselves, but yeah, 85% of PlayStation game sales are digital. Fair enough, but yeah, that's my stance. My stance is I would just even though the physical collectors are smaller than the majority, they're still there. They might not transfer over to start buying digital. So you might lose that income, even though it's not the majority. It's still an income. They're still buying those games, and there's different avenues for. I just thought I wanted to quickly cover this news. This is sort of big news, like sort of disappointing news. Here we have GameSpot. Yeah, goodbye discs. Digital game sales continue to grow at PlayStation as well as many other big players. Why is Sony ending physical discs? The details may be in the data that they have, but they may obviously the hope is that they save money because they've more control they're selling to you directly. But again, you're losing those people that are buying the physical editions. People are going to make an exception for Grand Theft Auto 6 because Grand Theft Auto 6 is an outlier. It's like one of the biggest pieces of media content. It's a real shame, real shame. I just think, yeah, I just wish GTA 6 came with a disc. I just love stuff like that. I love box art and stuff and the discs and stuff just to have. But I just thought I'd cover this story. That's generally my stance on it. I think I've covered it well enough, but hopefully they still do physical games, like even older, like cartridges for the older systems, like the Sega Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo and stuff like that. They still do physical editions of those. But I just thought I'd cover the story. But thanks very much for watching. If you did, definitely smash that like button, smash that follow button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you in another video. So see you then. Bye.